rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Right? All right,
But best out of 3, obviously.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Wait, now you got to reset. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. The trick works.
He taught David the trick.
He taught me, dude. I was up all night. The pupils dilate. If you look at the pupils, they dilate depending on what you're about to shoot.
No, I get that. I get that.
I don't think that's the trick.
Easy.
What's up, y'all? Shaun here. We're behind the scenes at Maus Nissan. We're in the parts department.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we got parts on parts, stacks on racks. And what we're doing today is we are talking about tires. Like, you look at the side of a tire and it looks like next to Egyptian hieroglyphics with all the numbers and letters and everything. I really don't know much of what those were until now, because these guys are gonna explain what those mean so that y'all can understand. Know what you're buying and make sure that you're not only getting on something you know, but how to be safe, especially on that trailer you're towing around with that boat on it.
215/45R1889V. Was there a 9er in there?
What does that even mean? So you've probably looked at the sides of your tires and you're like, I see a bunch of numbers, and if I need new ones, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a photo of it, call the tire shop, and read off what's on there and say, can I get those? Well, today what we're gonna do is we're going to explain what do those numbers mean and why they're important.
Well, tire is really like the most important part of the car because it's what connects you to the road. So I'm not the true expert here. I'm going to bring in my parts manager, JR, to help us decode tires so we can all understand just a little bit more about what these numbers mean.
All right, so I've got my man, JR. JR, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
So we're going to talk about tires. Now, there's all sorts of different values and numbers and things on them. So we want to keep it pretty brief and generally speaking, but we want to give you guys an understanding of what this all means. So there's 2 types of tires, right?
Yep. All right, so basically the 2 common ones are the metric size tire. That is actually measured in millimeters and then in percentages. And then we have the actual standard one, which is measured in inches.
And that's called like flotation.
Flotational tires.
Metric, flotation, and it's 2 different ways. You're gonna see a couple different sets of numbers. We're gonna walk you first. We have here a metric tire, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So this is a metric tire. Pretty standard what you would see in your regular coupe sedans. They usually come stock. So you want to break down the numbers now?
Make sure that you stick around to the end of this because we're going to give you some information that could save you from buying old tires that somebody's trying to pawn off on you as new tires. So we're going to give you that info and much more. So stick around. First number, 215, is actually in millimeters.
Yep, from sidewall to sidewall, that's your actual width.
215 millimeters.
Yep.
All right, sometimes you have like a 275, much wider.
Much wider.
Okay. Right. So you have 215 millimeters wide, and then the next number, 45, that's a percentage, right?
Yep, the percentage of the actual width of the tire.
Okay.
So that will determine the 45% would be the actual height of your sidewall.
Okay, and so that's like, if you do the math, it's around 96 millimeters, right?
Absolutely, yep.
So if this tire were a lot taller this way, like kind of an off-road tire,
yep,
it would be, so if it were 100%, it would be 215
exactly.
millimeters.
Be really high.
That'd be a really...
That would not fit on your center.
So those normally aren't going to be around. So, but you'll see a lot of like 275, and then you'll have like maybe a 70 R.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this has your percentage. So next we have a letter R, which stands for?
Radial.
Okay.
All right, so radial basically on this tire specifically means the actual tread pattern from one side to the other, which is basically symmetrical in this instance.
The other one is called bias ply. That's where the tire can be asymmetrical?
Yeah, so basically it would be the tread pattern will not match. As you can see here on both sides, they are symmetrically the same, but on a bias ply, the tread actually doesn't coincide on both sides.
We're getting towards the end, but we're not there yet. 18. This is like one of those numbers that a lot of people are like, man, I want to put my whip on some 20s. Like, that's got a big 20-inch rim, right?
Absolutely.
So after the R is our?
The rim size.
Rim size, okay. All right, so 18, smaller cars are going to have like 16s.
16, 15s is usually what most cars have, most sedans.
Yep.
The sportier cars actually have bigger rims, just for performance, have wider tires also.
We're almost to the end. 89 is actually the load rating, right?
Yep, load rating, load capacity. Everybody calls it different. But it actually stands for the actual weight that the tire is holding.
Okay, so on this load capacity chart, you can look it up. 89 actually holds about 1,300 pounds, almost that much, but that's per tire.
Per tire, correct. So if you add up all 4 sides, that actually typically goes a little bit above what the actual weight of the vehicle is.
Okay, so a vehicle that had 4 of these could almost be at 5,100 pounds.
5,100 pounds plus.
Okay. So you want to make sure that your tires are not underrated. If you have a heavy vehicle or if you're loading up your truck with a lot of weight, you want to make sure that you are not going past that load capacity. So if you're towing a big heavy boat, you got to make sure that you check your load capacity rating. That's that second to last stat.
Absolutely.
So we're on to the last one. We've got the letter V, and that's actually a speed rating, and that means you can go very fast in this tire, right?
Right. So the V doesn't actually stand for that, but the V is a symbol used for tire manufacturers to actually tell you the capacity of the tire. You won't, it's not suggested to go past it, but that's what the actual manufacturers say they should be your max range.
Okay, so like the V, you could look it up, is going to be like maybe say 120 miles an hour or 150, whatever it is.
Yeah.
The different letters will say, don't go faster in this because you're on your own.
Exactly.
But you shouldn't be breaking the speed limit anyway, right?
Absolutely. Don't do that.
So hopefully that has helped you guys understand the metric tires. We're going to go outside to show you flotation. That is the standard system of measurement. We're going to go actually onto a vehicle. So let's go outside. Yeah, I got notes because we're getting that in detail. Check it out. Get me kitted out. Yeah. Shade. We came outside because we want to show you guys a flotation tire that we have here on the Frontier. You got these kind of off-road looking tires. Flotation is a standard system of measurement, and it's somewhat easier to understand, but it has its little tips and tricks of understanding it. So let's go through it, JR.
All right. So let's start off with the first number, which is 33. 33 actually stands for the actual height of the tire from top to bottom. Then that's by 12 and a half. 12 and a half is the actual inches of the width of the actual tire. R stands for radial, again, just like the metric system also. And then we have 18, which is the actual size of the rim.
So the last letters on there, LT, stand for light truck, and that just says what kind of vehicle this can go on. You also have some other ones.
Yep, so we have 4 categories in total. So we have LT for light truck, as you see here. We have ST for special trailer. And then we have P for passenger, which is the most standard one that you will mostly see on almost all your sedans, coupes. And then last but not least, we have T for temporary, which most likely you would see on your spare tires.
This is the important information I told you about up front in the video, where it's going to give you the date that your tires were manufactured. So you've got DOT and then some other stuff.
Right, so basically right after the DOT, you have the manufacturer specification, where the tire was made, where was it produced. But basically what you really have to look at is these last 4 digits. So as you can see here, we got 3321. 33 just means that was the week that it was actually produced of that year. And then the year, of course, would be 21. So it was actually produced on the 33rd week of 2021.
All right, so you've got the week of the year of, you know, manufacturing.
Absolutely.
If you want to look up where they were manufactured and who manufactured it, you can look at some of those stats there. But this, you want to make sure that somebody's not selling you a tire that's old, that's been sitting on the rack for a while. Maybe he's sitting there and getting misshapen and things like that. How old is, like, if you get something, they're like, hey, this is a 4-year-old tire, you'll be fine. Like what's the number? Like, don't buy how old a tire.
There really isn't any real cutoff time, but what I would suggest is go with anything 4 years and earlier.
Okay, so you personally wouldn't buy something that's more than 4 years old.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys for watching. If you got any questions or comments, you're an idiot, Murray. That's my comment.
Where you guys at?
Over here. Try to see if you can get Shaun over here.
Where is he?
Come on, let's do this closeout and then we'll figure it out.
Where's Shaun at? I heard him. Sound like he was back there. He's getting his fanny pack, isn't he?
Yep, absolutely.
Oh! I'm like, it sounded like you were over there. I was about to come in here and say, enjoy your ride, and like and subscribe.
Oh, nice.
Perfect. Can you take one tire off?
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. Hopefully this has been helpful to you guys. If you have any comments, questions, whatever, put those below. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of different insight, maybe more information. If you have different ideas or whatever, be nice about it, because I'm sure there's different opinions. But let's be cool. What we're trying to do here is help people get informed and be safe. If you guys got any questions for me, for Dave, always feel free to reach out. If you guys are looking for a new or used vehicle, of course, come check out Maus Nissan. You guys ship a lot of places, right?
All over the United States.
Yeah, maybe if you guys buy a vehicle, maybe Dave and I will deliver it to you or something like that.
That would be sick.
Jacinto, thank you so much for coming and helping everyone out, and always appreciate it when you guys like and share. If you don't subscribe, maybe consider doing that. Thank you guys, and thank you guys for watching. No matter what you're doing, always enjoy your ride. Peace!
Paper, scissors, shoe. Rock, paper, scissors, shoe.
Oh, wait. All right, one more.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoe. Rock, paper, scissors, shoe.
Oh, man, he's undefeated. I played him like 6 times the other day, and I won 1 time. Like, I only won 1 time. I didn't even, like, tie.
Right?
I can put it on next to you.
Stop. Let's go out. We got to shoot the tires.
No,
Bro.
we gotta get. What about a B-Cam t-shirt? There we go. Oh, want a fanny pack?
What? What?
Bro.
There you go.
What do we have so many random things? We don't have the good things.
Hey, does he golf?
Yeah,
No.
big time.
I quit.
We give him one of those.
Eat koozies.
Yeah, come on.
Even the hell hole's big. It's wiggity 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 whack!
That actually looks good on you.
No, it
Right?
Stop.
Thanks, man.
You don't have to wear pants.
No, I like he's being honest. You know, he's my honest friend. He says I look good in it.
You look great, bro.
You look good.
You don't have to wear pants with that. A nightgown.
Prove it.